9th June 2022, you get to know that in Uganda is celebrated as Heroes Day, and we join every other person in different areas to celebrate that. But from Bara University of Science and Technology, we also have names that we believe are going to go down in history of this mighty university. The names we believe these individuals have served to their maximum, and we believe no one could actually beat their style of leadership and service. Today, and at this very moment, allow me to introduce to you Madam BEATRICE Twinomugisha. You're welcome, and whoever is viewing, we believe, is a well-wisher, or at least has something to do with the mass community, but also we're talking to the whole world, and we are happy to have you. First, say hi to the viewer, and we should be able to move like that. Yes.
Hello viewers, it is my pleasure to be here with this team who are working on Heroes Day to talk to people who have served the university and probably the entire world.
Okay.
Thank you.
Wow. Now, in case you're hearing from her for the very first time, you're lucky, but I'm glad to inform you that the way you heard her speak, she's going to maintain that for the rest of the day. All day, every other time, anytime you meet her, she's going to talk to you just like that. Now, I mentioned anytime. I'm talking about times like lunchtime, times like, there is that tension at work, whatever situation, Madame BEATRICE is going to talk to you just like that. When, the whole Heroes Day talk ran around, someone asked, can we hear from her? I've never heard her quarrel. I don't know. To them, you're a hero in your style of leadership. What do you have to say about that? Let's start from that.
Thank you. It is my pleasure, and I thank those people who selected my name. I'm very humbled. I didn't know that there were such a people behind us who want to see who is doing what and at what level and how does she or he do it. Yes.
Okay. Now, you who is watching her for the very first time, you may need to be informed that she's actually the PS in the Academic Registrar's office. Now, we are talking about Academic Registrar at a university that we believe is actually #1 in Uganda. We are talking about day-to-day activities of the Academic Registrar's office. You very well know how intense that. Talking about that, Madame BEATRICE, let's take this viewer through how your day runs, like your activities in that office, so that each and everyone here can actually appreciate your work.
As Academic Registrar's office, the work we do involves students, handling students, because they come to our office from the very first time they enter. As they are admitted, we handle that process. From there, then registration, then those who are continuing, they come for one thing or the other. Some have sponsors, they want demand notes. Others are asking for those who miss exams, they want to do special exams or as missed exams for one reason or the other. So you find that Academic Registrar's department, leave alone students, we handle even people from outside. Our alumni from outside the country, the rest of the world who see university as Mbarara University of Science and Technology, they want to know what takes place there. They want to come, they want to know every detail of what we do in the Mbarara University of Science and Technology. So that one makes us busy throughout the year. You will never find the Academic Registrar's department relaxed or in a recess, because a lot of activities take place in the Academic Registrar's office.
Madame BEATRICE, you talked more of students and students' affairs, but I understand that your office actually is the core of, I think, all offices that we run around, especially in the academic side. The staff, the side of the staff, do you ever interface with them?
Yes, thank you. The staff, I also interface with them because as academic registrar's office, the academic staff mostly, they come to our office. That is where they get the production of the examinations, and if they have finished marking, that is where they submit the marks of students. Then other staff who are not even in academic, they come also to interact with us, because I have told you before, academic registrar's office is like the center of the university of all activities.
Okay, well understood. But what is not yet understood is that your office, just like you said, is a one-stop center for all, whether positive or negative, anything to do with academics. Now we are talking about parents, we are talking about angry students who are perhaps going to come around and maybe it's a mark that is missing. We are talking about a distant kind of, parent calling to understand whether I can bring my child at the university. We have seen rowdy situations like strike moments, and perhaps the academic registrar's office is going to be, involved. We have seen students who can't afford to, clear tuition perhaps before the exam, and at the time they are coming in confused. You receive people with different moods. Some are high, some are low, some shout. Academic staff particularly that recommended you say you are humble. Could there be a formula that you follow? Perhaps you could share it with the public. How do you do it?
Thank you. Really, I don't have any formula, but I thank God probably who created me like that, because I never want to see people sad. And sometimes I share with these students who have such a problems. Sometimes really I can tell you, I assure you, I cry with them. Not that I just want to be identified with them, but deep in my heart, I feel sorry for them. And when I was studying, I think it's somewhere I picked it from our principal. He used to say, don't shout at people, because you are the solution they have come to you. So if you shout at them, what do you think that person? Sometimes you may not have a concrete solution for their problems, but at least talk to them nicely. Then they can go at least, and I have seen it, many students come crying. But when we talk together, sometimes they go at least relieved. They say, that is at least for you, you have talked to me nicely. So I even at least urge other people, other staff members, if someone comes crying or just very low or very much disappointed, you just have to talk to them nicely, because it doesn't even cost anything really. But maybe the way we are made is what makes us do such a things.
Okay, and that is what makes her a hero. In case you didn't know the formula, she says there isn't any, but it is within her. Now, when you talk about heroes and sheroes, if you meet Jeno Tumwine, for example, in the other world, he's going to say, I lost my eye. That's what makes me a hero, and whatever. Every other one remembers a moment that they are going to attach to them being a shero or a hero. In your work or line of work, do you remember any moment or situation that you believe, but when this happened, I approached it this way, and I believe that was actually what made me a hero?
Okay, thank you. There is one moment students were agitating, and there was one of them who came to our office, and he even tried to attack the AR. But I called him on the side. I talked to him slowly. I said, please look here. You have a future to live. Much as you could come and then they say they are discontinuing you, or you feel it is not properly, they have unjustly judged you. But at least think about your future. The boy was up. He was very angry. He was shouting on top of his voice. In fact, that time, academic registrar then who was in the office just didn't know what to do. He just kept quiet. But I said, you come and we talk from here. I took him on my desk. Then I talked to him. By the time he left the office, at least he had calmed down. He was crying, he was shouting, abusing each and every one. But at least by the time he left, and he never came back even to cause chaos. So that one, I thank God for it. And I felt that that was very good for me to have talked to him, because I saw he was also desperate. I could not blame him.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow. Wow. If it was an audience, that should be a thunderous hand clap. But for this time on our socials, you could drop your, those thumbs up and all good comments that you may be able to pull. Now, such a skill misses in, I don't know, many people obviously. And unfortunately or fortunately, there are many people in public offices that should be able to do what you do. If I want to be like you, or if I must get a word from you, what would you actually tell me who is in this public office?
Thank you so much. To me, I think if we would think that that office or that seat you are seated in, the next minute is not yours, I think that would help us. But the majority of us who come to offices, you sit there, you think there is no tomorrow. That is the end of the world. Probably not even anyone will ever come in that seat. And you forget that where you started from, the college or school or university is still there. More people are joining and are completing. So let's at least have that in ourselves, to think that tomorrow I'm here, tomorrow, the next day or the next minute, I am not there. So that at least people you meet here, you may meet them in another place, and if you have helped them, that will say, this one will helped me sometime. One time I was passing through town, then someone I heard shouting at me, "Beatrice, Beatrice." I stopped, he said, "I thank you so much. I was your student." I could not even remember his name. Said, "You used to help us so much. And where we are going there, it is very different." He said, "I thank Master, and I thank you in particular, because you used to help us. And me, when people go happy, that is my pride, that is my accomplishment of my work."
Wow. Doing what you feel is the best and you enjoy most and what makes you happy is what actually drives her. But she also talks about, well, you're in the office, but what are they going to talk about you beyond the office? That is the biggest from her. Thank you very much for allowing to share, and I believe those that put a quest to hear from you, they have a formula and they are happy. Thank you very much.
Thank you too.
And we are glad that you're going to go down in the history of Mbarara University of Science and Technology as those that served just the way they were supposed to serve.
I thank those who selected me, as I said before. I thank all who took their time to pick out my name, and I wish everyone a Heroes Day and the rest of the country. Thank you.